Do you know this man? Good. Because for legal reasons, we're gonna call him Puffy. No relation. And Puffy has been in trouble, especially since this guy here, we'll call him 50, who made a hit piece documentary series on him, which put Puffy back into the news. But was it really a hit piece? Or was it a glorified sob story to make a monster look more like a drug-addicted, sleep-deprived man? We all know Puffy got into the industry relatively young.
So you smash all the beautiful women out here. We came together just to have a good time.
Damn, that's a face only a mother could love.
Yeah.
But then again, he also looks like somebody. Wait a minute, not only does he look like Kai Cenat, their lives may be more aligned than we first thought.
The question was a celebrity basketball game. At first, said to be an AIDS fundraiser, hosted and promoted by Sean Puffy Combs. He held the event along with another well-known rapper, Heavy D. Combs was no stranger to throwing big parties and even bigger after parties. The huge crowd who'd been outside waiting would begin to surge in behind the entourage. Some stated people determined to enter were saying 1, 2, 3, push, and they were starting to move inward. The safety glass on the doors would shatter under the weight of hundreds pushing. The huge crowd that just broke through the glass was now pushing on all of the people below in the 12-foot wide stairwell, crushing everyone who stood against the doors.
Just got arrested for starting one of the largest riots in history, and you won't believe why. Kai Cenat is one of Twitch's largest live streamers, and last night he announced he was going to be returning to New York City to do a huge giveaway. Expecting the turnout to be small, it quickly escalated into this. Right away, chaos broke out and fans started throwing bottles and metal into the air.
They both seem to have gotten their careers started with a good old-fashioned trampling. But as we were saying, Sean's life started with a bang, seeing as that's how they said his so-called father died.
I didn't get a chance to get to know him. I was too young. My father got his brains blown out like on Central Park West. I did the research.
But let's look a little closer. Man, them niggas don't look alike. You know what this story kind of reminds me of? 50, is that you? Again?
Your whole life you've been thinking DEFCON your daddy, but he ain't. I'm your father, Kanan. Shit crazy, right?
Or maybe 50 encoded Puff's life into his television show to mock him. More likely, the show relates to Puffy because 50 secretly looked up to Puffy, so much so, he low-key loves him.
Fifth, he loves me. He loves me. You know he loves me.
I don't think he like you.
You know he loves me.
Damn, I guess he was right. But as we were saying, Puffy's father passed. His mother.
In an interview with Adria English on the Lionel B show, she alleges that this woman isn't actually Diddy's mom and it's his auntie pretending to be his mom. And not only that, she claims this, allegedly, that they had sex during his adolescence and that's what screwed him up in the head. I know it's crazy, but this is what she's saying.
His mom is really his auntie husband. She's the one with the white nails. That's why he has that since he was adolescent. Because, you know, allegedly, that's why he took Kim Porter out because he has his daughters, allegedly. The twins. The whole family has.
Let me introduce you to my mom. Call Mom Dukes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Well, whoever she is, tried to fill those shoes, taking on both the masculine and feminine roles he needed in his life. But she couldn't quite get it done, so she sent Puffy to an all-boys Catholic school. But this wasn't any old Catholic school. No, this Catholic school was known less for blessing the soul and more for punishing young boys' bodies.
Sean went to Catholic Mount St. Michael Academy in the Bronx. Sean was also an altar boy, so he'd help out in the ceremony, whatever was needed. In the 80s, there was unspeakable things going on at Mount St. Academy. The FBI were even watching the school, mainly watching the principal, who was called Brother Brady, the chaplain named Reverend Lynch, who was there for 12 years, so the whole time Sean was there. Sean left in 1987, but both of them were charged in 1988. The principal was sentenced, but the Reverend, who was the chaplain, wasn't sentenced. Only one person came forward, and his name was John Schofer. He's in the film Garfield. He couldn't handle the court trial, so he left, and there was no further evidence about the Reverend. In the 90s, the principal got a similar job in Chicago, and the Reverend wrote a book and became the first Catholic priest to have a civil partnership, marrying in 1998 and legally marrying in 2017.
And these two men were well known for allegedly doing unthinkable things to minors. One can only expect that Puffy found himself in some peculiar situations while attending that academy. After that, Puffy would find himself trying to get into the business, but it wasn't easy. So he did what any good God-fearing man or woman would do. He started selling that ass to get into the game. Puffy not only connected with this guy, he also lived with him and was given the keys to the mansion.
Yeah, I can't go home. I gotta stay here with you. Puff moved in before I did. Puff moved in before I did.
If that don't sound like zaddy vibes, then I don't know what does. I mean, look at that hand gripping that neck. Last time I gripped my wife like that, I got my second kid. It seems like whatever his name is took Puffy for a spin to see if he was down. Then he passed him off to the white man. Now, we all know that Clive and Puff's relationship was sus as hell. Then, there was the other weird relationships Puffy had. Man.
Haven't been any pictures. You got your makeup on and your hair's done. You ready to get up in there? I gotta stay camera ready. You taught me that. Are you ready for yours now? I'm so ready.
I would literally walk up to Puff and I'd be like, you want to do this? Look, you can't do this, and walk off.
Whoa.
Talk about my clothes. Because it's like,
pause.
But I know what somebody would say. He's married. Yeah, well, ask Houston, Texas about that.
I don't know what y'all got going on down there in Houston, but a lot of men just being exposed over there on Facebook for being DL by this trans person who's apparently moving through the city pretty heavy.
And then there's little Leroy. Him and Puff had a falling out after Puff couldn't get that money together. But the real question was, did Puff already feel like he was paying for Leroy in other ways?
Work hard to get those gifts, those sneakers, those shoes.
Woke up some days, he was in the bed. I would wake up feeling sore, still not understanding exactly what's, you know what I'm saying?
I love you, little Leroy.
I mean, that got take you shopping vibes written all over it.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
Talking about he went to bed and woke up hurting.
I would wake up feeling sore, still not understanding exactly what's, you know what I'm saying?
Stop it. You know what happened, little Leroy. We all know what happened. Sounds like somebody got that Meek Mill special.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Then there was this.
Diddy and Biggie were a little too close.
I look at him like, I say Jesus.
And next question is,
But eventually, Biggie got tired of whatever that was.
Man, I wish my wife still looked at me like that. But enough with Puff's personal life. Let's get back to business. Puff has found himself in a new bit of trouble, seeing as now he's being called the sole conspirator to the deaths of not only Tupac, but Biggie. Come on, Puff. Say it ain't so. But then again, you did steal that Rolling Stone cover from him. I guess you two were less friend and more foe. But did anybody else notice this? The whole Reckoning fiasco felt more like a tribute to a living legend than a documentary set to bring a monster down. It was being pushed as Diddy's hit piece, spearheaded by his arch nemesis. But once the final credits rolled, the world was left confused and butthurt. I guess we all have something in common with little Leroy now. So was this all just a way for 50 to get back at his enemy? Or was it a secret love story to his favorite American gangster? Maybe this is why he got that bouquet of flowers later that week. Well, one thing is for certain. All of them are monsters, led by the same lightless gods that they all worship. And I mean all of them. And that, my friends, is the morbid truth.